So that's going.
Bottom right.
All right. Awesome, awesome. Well, hello and welcome to our team call tonight, you guys. How's everyone doing? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Anyone cleansing today? Anyone on a 2-day cleanse? Woohoo, we only have a few more hours left.
You're muted, Rach.
Can you unmute? Sorry.
Did you like all my sign language there?
That was
You probably
good.
had no idea what I was saying, right? I had asked if anyone was cleansing today. Anyone cleansing? Yeah? Anyone on their 2-day cleanse? No? Just me? All right. Well, I'm going to power through the last few hours by myself. So
I am.
yay. Okay. We got a couple. So anyways, you guys, welcome to tonight's team call. I'm Rachel. I am Lauren's sister, for any of you who don't know, and she is celebrating in Cancun after a huge week last week, and she's taken the night off, and so I'm filling in for her instead, and I'm honored to be here with all of you guys. We are going to go over a couple of announcements. We've got our product spotlight of the week. We've got a couple of awesome stories I'm going to tell you about, and then we are going to dive right into tonight's call, and we'll try to get you up and through the night as fast as we can. But first and foremost, we have some huge celebrations to recognize from last week. With the launch of all the holiday seasonal specials, with everything that we had going on with Lauren's last minute weekend push, I mean, you guys just killed it. Everyone did absolutely phenomenal. And for anyone that was going for a big goal and didn't quite reach it, just imagine where you had been had you not set that goal. So everyone I know is farther along than they would have been no matter what. But we do have to make some special announcements to those of you guys who did hit your goals. I will make a huge shout out to Lauren. I mean, she is the leader of this team. She was going for a phenomenal 6-star Golden Circle goal. She did not quite achieve it. That would have been 150 cycles. For those of you who don't know, she hit 131. So it was still a record week, and thanks to each and every one of you and all of the effort and all that you did to share this gift with other people, to rank advance your own teams, to come together as a one team and help each other out. I know all of that just paid towards her success, and she is so incredibly grateful for all of that. And none of us would be here without her. So I know we're all muted, but maybe some hugs and kisses and love to our phenomenal leader. And not far behind by any means was Laura Penny Laurie. Oh my God, you guys, she had a record week herself with 77 cycles. It's mind-blowing what this team is doing and what everyone is doing to contribute to each other's success. But leaving a corporate job and being able to go and do this full time, I mean, it's just incredible what she's been able to accomplish in such a short period of time. And then, of course, Jen and Adam, also with some major success, 44 cycles organically, plus they hit their 1,500 3-star bonus. So again, incredible job, you guys. We've got Michelle, who's gonna jump out here in just a second, Michelle Baina, who had her crystal or her director and 1-star Silver Circle rank advancement, another huge accomplishment for her. We had multiple 5-cycle bonuses, you guys. Ashley Belias, Megan Lowry, and Kevin Beal all hit their 5-cycle bonus. Oh, and I skipped over our other 1-star cycle or 1-star circles. Oh my goodness. 1-star Silver Circle accomplishments for Haley Servadius. And she also had a $3,000 record week, you guys, with her enrollment. She was the top enroller of the week, as did Lauren Donahue, who also got 1-star Silver Circle. So you guys are just crushing it. We had 3 people go manager: Sherry Holm, Dr. Amy Horn, and Stacy Jones. And then a ton of consultants created, you guys. Amy Rubel, Emily Stiles, Vonda Dietz McGinnis, Steve Sensiber, and I'm sorry if I'm crushing your guys' names, Debbie Elder, Elise Ortega, Melissa Harkowitz, Craig Gresham, Hermenegildo Solange, Tom Jones, Christina Riggs, Todd Freitag, and Kinsey Self. So maybe, Chris, i.e. Lauren, can you unmute for 1 second? And let's just give a huge, huge, huge round of applause for all of those people.
Hang on. Unmute. There we go.
I'm just like making you more excited. Yay. Awesome job, you guys. Awesome job, awesome job. And now, as Lauren would make sure to let all of you guys know, do not take your foot off the pedal. Just because we had a huge week and we worked hard, if you let it all slide, I promise you it's 10 times harder to try to drive that momentum back up. So keep going. And with free enrollment this week, like, let's just keep going. All those new people that came into our organization, now help them share and develop and just keep spreading the gifts. So awesome, awesome. Then coming up, if you are in the Denver area,
Want some peanut butter?
let's mute people again,
Want
Chris.
some peanut butter?
Thank you much. If you guys are in the Denver area or can get any first, I promise you it will be well worth your time if you can make it to this event. And the night before is the Make-A-Wish charity ride at the Cycle Bar location in Lone Tree, starting at 4 p.m. The corporate staff from Isagenix is going to be participating, and all of the proceeds, it's $15 per rider, are going to go to Make-A-Wish, and you're going to get to do a holiday sip and sample tasting event after that. So it is awesome, awesome, awesome. Try to make it. And then, of course, Super Saturday, Trudy Maples and Kayla Kraft, along with Isagenix staff, are all going to be there. So I promise you, do whatever you can to make it there. And if you can't go to that event in Denver, look up where the nearest Super Saturday is in your location by going to isagenixevents.com. Whenever you can make it to any event, I promise you that is what's going to continue to build your belief and skyrocket your business. All right, with that being said, let's move on. And we're going to start with Shauna, who I can have hop out, please, and talk about our Slim Cake product special of the week, or product spotlight of the week.
Hello, everybody. So I love the Slim Cakes, and my kids love the Slim Cakes. They are the perfect treat and snack because they're 100 calories. They have 5 grams of fiber, which is another thing that's huge. As I've been in school, I'm learning more and more that pretty much nobody gets the fiber that they need every day. So this is a great way to add it in, and the kids don't really know that they're eating healthy. We pack it in their school lunches because so many things are peanut free now. So it's a great thing just to add on in. It's got 100 calories, 2 grams of protein, and it really does fill you up. So that's the one thing. Fiber not only helps with the digestive system, it also makes you feel full. So it helps with that too, and it kind of curbs the cravings throughout the day. And it's awesome because they come, I think it's 14 in a pack. So you get plenty of them, and they keep, we keep them around probably for a couple weeks at a time. We just order them every month, and we probably go through at least a box a month because everyone in the house eats them. And they're just like little oatmeal cookies. So they're awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shauna.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And next, I want to introduce Julie to the call. Julie was an intern with me way back in the day, and we were connected over Isagenix, and I want you to share your story with us. Go ahead and unmute yourself first, Julie.
I love her.
Okay, hello. Hi. So briefly, before I started using Isagenix, I struggled with sleep for as long as I can remember, and I don't think I realized how much I struggled with it till I used Isagenix. But I was tired all the time. I did not sleep. I kind of just accepted that was the way my life was going to be.
She's so beautiful.
I also had, I'm hearing somebody, I also had gained some weight from a medication I had been put on, and while I had managed to get rid of the weight, I had a really hard time keeping it off. And about 6 months prior to actually trying Isagenix, I started having a ton of digestive issues too. So what was interesting is I'm a psychologist, and while I could talk to everybody else about their mind and their body, I had a really hard time implementing it for myself. I was introduced to Isagenix by Rachael, actually like 3 years ago. I tried it for a whole 2 weeks and said, no, I'm not doing this. And then she came back around, we reconnected, got me trying it again. I've been on the products for a little under 4 weeks, 4 months now, not weeks, about 4 months. And within a week, my digestive issues pretty much disappeared. Within 2 weeks, I was sleeping better than I probably have in a decade. I naturally released some weight, which wasn't even my primary motivation, but obviously a good bonus on the side to it. And I just overall am feeling amazing. I'm thinking clearer. I'm more focused at work, and just everything seems to be doing much better. So that's my brief little story about isogenics.
That's awesome. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. And for anyone else who's nervous about doing your 30-second story, that was Julie's first time. And she was nervous, but didn't she do a great job? Yes, yes, yes. So practice makes perfect, and that's what we're going to talk about on our team call tonight. So hopefully someone else will step up next week for us. And then Michelle, our one-star Silver Circle director, can you come out and tell your biz story for everyone? Unmute first. Awesome.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I have no problem sharing my 30-second story. That's easy. But my business story is what I was asked to talk about tonight, which is something that I hadn't necessarily shared before. So I had to write some notes down. So sorry if I look down, but I didn't want to be, off in Neverland. But I have to rewind. My business story starts about 13 years ago, actually. And that's because when I was 2 weeks into PA school, my husband was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease. Gosh darn, I wasn't going to get emotional. I didn't want to go back to my other job because I really wanted to do this. So I stayed in school. We lived off loans entirely while he went through 19 months of chemo and radiation. Sorry. I got a job in 2007. It's what I felt like I really wanted to do. I wanted to be in emergency medicine, and I really wanted to help other people. And I felt like I was good at it. It was great variety. I love it. I really, I still enjoy it right now. I'm in urgent care medicine now, but I still, I had done ER for a long time. So fast forward about to, let's see, a couple years in, I'm still working a lot. I'm working 200 plus hours a month because my husband was still, trying to sort of get better, and he did beat Hodgkin's, but he still has medical things going on that prevent him from, holding a full-time job pretty much. So fast forward to about February of 2014, I had my third child 9 months prior to that. I was still working a ton. I had only had 6 weeks at home with my baby because I didn't get any paid time off. I was just trying to make ends meet. I was a complete mess. I was overweight. I felt awful. And Lauren's cousin, Shayna, introduced me to isogenics. And she had been on me about 5 times already to get on the products and just feel better. But I just, I told her that I couldn't pay for it. So I just kind of blew her off. And she kept on me though. And about February of 2014, I said, okay, I'm ready. Whatever it is. I just gave her my credit card. I didn't even know it was protein shakes, for God's sake. I just got the products. You know what the products do for you. This is not a product story, but this is more of a business thing. Literally the first week, I felt like I had my life back, my strength back. I felt like I had gotten so much that I was missing for so many years. Made me feel 20 years younger. So what did I do at that point? What does anybody do at that point? You share with your family, right? I shared with my sister. She really busted out the products and did so well. And you've seen her name and posts on our page. It's Jean Hummer. She and her husband have lost probably together 200 pounds now. She was an average smoker and now not anymore. And she's running marathons, which I would absolutely never have expected her ever to do. At that point, I figured I wanted to share with others, but didn't really know what to do. So I just started learning a little bit from just online and listening to podcasts and just kind of soaking up the business stuff. I didn't necessarily share too much because I was just working a lot and I wasn't really sure how to go about it, right? You know, in the beginning you think, oh my God, I feel amazing, but how do I make this not weird? You know, how do I sell it? But then I just realized that it wasn't about selling. It was something more than myself. I just was working so much that I was exchanging time for money. You know, Lauren had said so many times, I was exchanging time for money, and I was sick of it, right? So last year, my husband had a full-time job for a little while, but to no fault of his own, he lost his job. And so he had no income for 9 months. And then in January, Lauren and Laura were kind of working on me to try to go to NYKO. And I was like, I got to work. I can't go. But I vowed to them that I was going to figure this out. And so in January, I really started sharing. We have 3 kids, 14, 10, and 4. My oldest boy is essentially gifted, and I pay for him to go to a private school. It's like the 7th ranked school in the nation, so that costs money. My middle one's athletic, and he's headstrong, but he does better in private school because they make him sit still. And my youngest is literally awesome. She is God's gift. She is always smiling and always happy. Sorry. And I think it's funny because I always tease people because I say that she'll always say hello to people in the public restroom because she's just so personable. And I tell you this because that's my why. Because of Isogenics, I've cut back my schedule. I spend more time with my kids. Sorry. And I realized the things I'd be missing if I was working so much. And that's what really makes a difference in people's lives. I personally see my friends and my family's transformations in my heart. I know that each and every person in the world deserves that. And that's what drives me. At Celebration, there are a couple of quotes from Tony Robbins that I want to share with you. And this is what drives me essentially every day. There is a day in your life that you should shift your standards. What you focus on changes what you feel. Who you spend time with is who you become, which speaks volumes for this Dreamers team because you guys have helped me so much and you pave the way for all of us. And your state communicates more than words. So that's because this is not about sales. This is about changing lives. It's changing mine. It's changing others. And I think, oh my gosh, I would just never stop doing this. I would just never stop. I hope that's not too long. I'm sorry.
It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for opening your heart to all of us and being so vulnerable. I think it's actually perfect. I didn't even know your story when I asked you to share tonight. And so this is like the absolute perfect story that could have been, well, I shouldn't say it's a perfect because I know everyone on here has a story, but it's about stories like yours. That is exactly why we're doing this training tonight, because when you really get to know someone and you know exactly what their story is and what their pain points are or where they're suffering, and we have a solution to offer them, you will never once think that you're selling them anything. You're going to talk about changing their life like it did yours. So thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you. And congratulations again. I know that probably doesn't even mean anything to you. It's about the people that you help, but in the process, you also help yourself to be able to stay home and have more time with your family. So
For sure. Thank you, Rachel.
Awesome. So that is going to then lead us into my topic, and I was trying to figure out, what could be most helpful. And a lot of times we talk about different logistics and strategies and teaching and this and that. I actually thought in terms of connecting that it might be helpful for me to just literally go through true, legitimate examples of people that I've met since moving to Mexico and exactly how I did it and what the sort of story behind the people that I met and how I enrolled them and what that looked like. I just kind of came up with a list of people and plan to talk through it. So maybe it'll be helpful, maybe not. I can try to tell you what I said or how the situation came, and you can apply it to certain situations maybe that are going on in your life, or think about ways that you might be able to do this. But a little bit of background information for me before I do that. If you don't know me, have done my enrollment completely in Spanish. Not yet, but I'm working, so I can do that. I'll tell you a funny story if we have time at the end about that, though. Learning a language in another country, if you're going to talk with someone who's primarily Spanish speaking, that is a lesson learned. But anyways, a little bit about me. I am the complete opposite of Lauren. So she is the go-getter, outgoing, personable, has 100 million friends, always has. And I'm the one little girl, shy, afraid to pick up the phone to call for pizza delivery, had a handful of friends growing up, definitely not anyone who wanted to go to a party, make small talk, meet strangers on purpose. Like, seriously, you guys, if I can do this, I know every time that I do a training, I tell you, but I think sometimes people don't realize that you are the only person stopping you from being successful. We have everything you need to be successful in Isogenics, and a lot of it is just taking work or doing the work on yourself to get to that point. But just because you're starting perhaps at a different place compared to someone else doesn't mean that you can't. But you have to choose to make that a priority for yourself. And I did, similar to Michelle, when I had such a phenomenal product transformation, I put these products in my body, I couldn't keep my mouth shut if I wanted to. And initially it was easy to sort of talk about it to people right in my close network. But as soon as I kind of went through that, I